When my infidelity came out, it was as if overnight I lost this platform, this social status, obviously finances. I mean, overnight when I was exposed, my world came crumbling down. And I remember, yes, being truly suicidal. I remember just absolutely hating myself. I remember just absolutely feeling a gut-wrenching pain that I had never really ever felt before, even after losing my father to cancer, even after suffering an injury in college baseball, which would cost me hundreds and thousands of dollars. Nothing in my life compared to the sadness that I had felt when everything came out. Now, not all of you come from faith, which I pretty frequently say, hey, listen, that's okay. No problem with that at all. There is a story in the Bible, and even if you are agnostic or atheist, you'll still appreciate the concept that I'm going to discuss with you today. And basically, the children of Israel have made some mistakes. Joshua, their fearless leader, is basically like, oh no, terrible mistake. He's on his face before God, and God says to Joshua, rise up. Why is it that you have fallen on your face? And when I heard that story in church this weekend, it made a connection with me. And if you've gotten to know me through these video blogs, I'm always looking for new topics. I'm always looking for connections. I'm always on my phone writing video blogs because I really want to help both of you, the unfaithful and the betrayed, in your own journey, in your own struggle. And today I want to really help you, the unfaithful, because there is a point where I believe that we have to say to ourselves, or we have to have a mentor or a therapist or someone who just loves us say to us, the unfaithful, and even sometimes to the betrayed, we have to say, rise up. Why is it that you are on your face? You've got to get up. You've got to stop sulking, feeling sorry for yourself, wrapping yourself in your self-pity blanket. You are making this all about you. You've got to get up and face the music. Probably about a month into the process, I'll tell you that I was in my office back home. I was incredibly depressed. I had lost every source of income that I had had. I had people driving by my house yelling and screaming things at me. I had people leaving things on my lawn. My name was all over the internet, even though the internet was far more primitive than it is now. It was just a terrible time. My best friend was on the phone with me, and he said, you know what? You're making this about you. This isn't about you. This is about those 3 little kids that are in your house, and this is about Samantha. So you've got to get up and face what's going on in front of you. You're making it about you. You've made your life about you for 2.5 years. It's time that you make your life about someone else. And I was quiet. And he said to me after this big, long silence, he said, you know I still love you. And he rattled off a few cuss words, and he said, you got to get up, dude. You got to get up. And I'll tell you, it's the God's honest truth, is that there comes a time, and I'll tell you typically, because lots of you ask me these questions, I would say somewhere between about a month and maybe 2 or 3 months in extreme cases, there's a point where you, the unfaithful, have got to get up. You've got to get off your face. You've got to stop feeling sorry for yourself. You've got to stop sulking. Because here's the thing. It is safer for us as unfaithful to sulk and feel sorry for ourselves. There's something inside of us that says that we can't laugh, that we can't be okay, that we can't enjoy life. There's something inside of us that says it feels safer to hate ourselves, feel sorry for ourselves, hate the fact that we're just a worthless piece of junk and all these things. And we continue to have this condemnation that we live with. And it's very complicated, I know. For the sake of today, I just want to tell you, it feels safer to live that way. What's worse is you've probably got lots of people in your life saying, you should hate yourself. I hate you. What a terrible thing. I can't believe you would do this. You know, if you come from faith, you're not a Christian. You're not saved if you don't come from faith. You're a terrible person. How could you do that? You have violated your spouse that will never be repaired. You'll never be the same. And everybody's disowning you. And so it's easier to basically say, yeah, I mean, why should I ever think that life will be good again one day? Why should I ever think that I'll laugh again or have joy again or have friends again? Or if you were in the ministry, why would I ever think that I'll be in the ministry again? Or if you don't come from faith and you had all these friends and they just completely disowned you, it's easy to go, man, how will I ever have close friends again? How will I ever be worthy of trust again? It's safer to believe that way, but it's not the truth. It's just how you're feeling right now. It is the enormity of the nuclear bomb that has gone off around you. And yes, you the unfaithful, you set it, you lit it. You didn't think it was going to explode, but it did. This is the life that you have right now, but it's not the end of your life. And I just appeal to you to hear me. It's safer to hate ourselves. It's courageous, and it's going to take bravery to start to love yourself again. Or maybe to love yourself at all. So here's how we start to love ourselves. Number one, it's counterintuitive. You've got to confront yourself. You've got to really have a moment where you say, yeah, I'm feeling sorry for myself. Yeah, I'm enjoying the pity that some people are giving me, but it's killing me. You have to be willing to confront yourself and own the fact that maybe you're looking for pity and maybe you are enjoying just kind of feeling sorry for yourself. Maybe you have to admit that it is safer to sit on the couch or just kind of hide in your cubicle. Or if you've lost your job, maybe it is safer just to collect unemployment and feel sorry for yourself. But there comes a point where you have to get off your face, confront yourself and say, you know what? I'm stuck because I'm enjoying being stuck, or I am empowering me being stuck. Now that you've confronted yourself, maybe it's time that you actually forgave yourself. A great exercise is to get a piece of paper and write some things down that you hate about you or that you are angry with yourself about. Maybe write a list of, I can't believe I cheated. I'm so mad at myself for doing this. I should have seen the signs. All these things, okay? Now, maybe take a few at a time, every day, every couple of days, and just decide to say, you know what? I'm going to forgive myself for that. I'm going to see myself as a victim, but I'm not going to stay a victim. I'm going to forgive myself by a decision, not by emotion, because you're not going to feel like doing it, but forgive yourself for the things that you've done, for cheating, for lying to your spouse, for lying to yourself, for getting defensive, all the things that you know that you have done after you've confronted yourself, and start to forgive yourself. And then decide to let go of the anger and the pain and the hurt and the rejection that you have at yourself. Number three, I would highly advise that you get an expert involved in that process of confronting yourself and forgiving yourself and helping you walk out your own recovery, because you won't be able to do this by yourself. Number four, and this one hurts, get comfortable at some level being alone. Yes, you've got to have a mentor or accountability, but you're going to be very alone. Your spouse or your partner may not want anything to do with you, or they may, but they can't fill the void that you're feeling right now. The void that you're probably feeling is the void, the vacuum of your infidelity costing you almost everything. And that hole needs to be there. I'm not talking about self-rejection and self-hate and self-pity. I'm talking about that feeling of incompleteness, that feeling of fear, that feeling of, oh my gosh, what have I done to my life? It's that feeling of being so alone. It's okay. I know that feeling really well. I've lived with that feeling for years. I get it. Instead of resisting it and running from it and medicating against it, you know what? Maybe it's time that you sat with it. And maybe it's time that you say, you know what? I'm just not going to be afraid of being alone. I'm going to work on my side of the street. So what if I'm living in obscurity? So what if I feel like I'm the backside of hell in the desert and nobody cares and nobody is at any level wanting to help me? It's okay. It's okay. If you subscribe to faith, you and God in this situation can be a majority. If you don't subscribe to faith, it's time that you get comfortable again with yourself. It's time that you start to accept yourself. Faults and mistakes all together. But I promise you, you're going to feel very alone. And it's okay. You need to at some level. All the false support systems of your life hopefully are being shattered and ripped away. And you're going to have to get reacquainted with what is the true foundation and support system of your life. If it's theology, you're going to get reintroduced to your theology. If it is not theology, you're going to get reintroduced to what you're going to rely upon and trust in over the next few days, weeks, months, years, and decades. But listen, it's okay to feel this sense of, man, I feel so alone. I know. It doesn't have to win. It doesn't have to beat you. It's okay to be alone for a season.